Right, we're doing this again. We're doing the introduction at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
It worked well last time, even though it really confused us.
Yeah.
Today's podcast, episode 69. Halfway through, or just at the beginning of the podcast, Thomas' eyes lit up and he went, episode 69? And I thought, oh, he's got his fucking sexual deviant head on again. But he went, no, 69. What's the opposite to 69? I said 96. He said, and why is 96 an important number for Liverpool? It's because of the Hillsborough and the Justice for the 96. So I was really well spotted. Thomas has a little rant at the beginning, fully justified rant. As you may or may not know, it came out that the Justice for the 96 were fully absolved of any wrongdoings, that the police and the
for our listeners across the world who might not know what we're actually even talking about, it was a football match between Liverpool Football Club and Nottingham Forest at Hillsborough's ground, and it was in the year of 1989. 89?
Yeah.
So that, 27 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
And basically what sadly happened is the stadium was badly managed by the police and the authorities who were supposed to be looking after that sort of stuff, and basically allowed an excess of fans into the ground. And unfortunately, 96 Liverpool fans died that day. And 27 years later, the families have fought for justice, believing that maybe the Football Association and the police were at fault, and there was various videos and there was accusations that it was because of the fans that the tragedy happened, saying that they were acting in a terrible manner, and they were boisterous and just jumping in and stuff like that. And it actually turned out that was totally incorrect. It was unlawful killing on all 96 cases. So for anyone across the world who wasn't familiar with the Hillsborough 96, that was just a short little introduction to what it is and what it was. And if you have a spare 5, 10, 15 minutes, just go onto Google, and there was a short film made a good few years back, and it was a really heartbreaking film to watch. It focused on the two sisters that was sadly killed at the football match, and it shows the family and their reactions to all of this stuff. So my heart goes out to all of the families and everybody who suffered from all of that. And I do tend to go on a bit of a rant over it, but it's something that means a lot to myself and everybody. Every
Liverpool person and every fan of football. They went to watch the sport that they loved.
And sadly, 96 fans didn't come home to their loved ones that day.
So we give our tribute to those guys.
It's upsetting me now talking about it, lad, to be honest.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of love. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, for your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on
Hello, listeners, and welcome back with myself, Thomas.
And myself, Stephen.
And today you are listening to another episode of the NPK podcast.
Episode 69. Rick's favourite number, that, isn't it?
It's a few people's favourite number.
Saucy.
Yeah.
Firstly, apologies for last week. I don't have to apologise, do I, Thomas?
Hold on a second. Wow. I've just realised something there. What episode is this? Episode what?
69.
What happens when you reverse them numbers?
96.
What does that mean to us today?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's heavy.
Wow. I just realised that. So, yeah, we're going to do a podcast about Silica. But first things first. Let's talk about something that's very, 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 very prominent to everybody who lives in Liverpool, who's from Liverpool, who's a Liverpool fan, a Liverpool supporter, or just a decent person and knows about what we're about to speak about today.
Everton fans as well.
Everton fans as well. To be honest, a lot of Hillsborough fans as well. To be honest, a lot of fans across the world can relate to this, and you know it gets a lot of people upset. Now, what I want to talk about is basically the justice that we've received. I'm talking about the Hillsborough 96, the 96 people that were unlawfully killed by Yorkshire police at Hillsborough. No, it wasn't an accident. Yeah, it was unlawful killing by the police force. Yeah, that's conspiracy group. You know, that team that wear them uniforms and continuously change statements and are here to protect us. No, they're not. They're a conspiracy team who were there to condemn us. And then not only that, we had that company, that fucking cunt. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. The one who has that big sheet and you open it every morning. There's some other really good ones out there called the Daily Mirror, the Star, the Independent,
the
Times,
yeah.
All of those. The one I'm not going to mention is the one that we all boycotted as being a Scouser through and through. And not only Scousers boycotted it, people who actually had a belief that what that cunt said was absolutely diabolical. I'll repeat what he said. He said the Scousers robbed the bodies of their dead. You horrible fucking man. I hope you die a horrible death. I really do. I wish the worst things in life to happen to you, mate, because you don't know Scousers and you don't know the Liverpool people. And you know what? 27 fucking years later, look what we've done, eh? We proved you wrong, didn't we? And you know what's so fucking horrible about you as well, mate? Is that the fact that you can't even put an apology up on the day that we were granted an unlawful killing to all of the 96 who later rest. You know, you come out with some comments on the telly last night saying you were sorry and all that. It doesn't cut it, lad. We don't want your sorries. So I'm going to ask another favour for everybody who listens. I've finished with me rant. I'm happy. I'm made up. Congratulations for all the families and friends who fought for 27 years. I take my hat off to you, and I'm proud to be a Scouser. I'm proud to be from Merseyside, and I'm proud to sing that anthem with me head held high. Yeah. Now, I'm asking every single person in the country, whether you're a Scouser, whether you're a Manc, whether you're a Cockney, whether you're our arch enemy, I don't give a fuck. I want you to never buy that paper. You know what paper it is? Yeah, it's got the same name as the thing that stands in the sky every morning and falls every evening. Yeah, it doesn't even do well. It's not even worth getting me to say its name. I won't say its name. You know who it is. So I'm going to ask an all-out request to every single person in the UK to not buy that paper ever again. He does not deserve to have that paper. He's scum of the earth. Now that's enough of that. Congratulations to all the families and everybody, and justice prevailed. And you know what? See you Yorkshire fucking coppers. Oh, yous are getting it, boys. You see them criminal sentences? Yous can fucking hide. Yous can run, but yous can't hide. Sorry, boys. And see them sentences are coming for yous, mate. So yous best get all of your fucking mates to try and help yous out, because yous are fucked. Yous best get your passports ready, because yous are going to jail for a long time. So all your conspiracy, all your changing your fucking statements and all that, you thought yous were clever, the lot of yous are going to jail. And I'm made up, you gang of fucking dodgy little bastards. Just had to get that off my chest. Sorry, I really apologise for the language that I had to use in that, but obviously you can understand a lot of frustration from everybody from Merseyside, Liverpool, and a lot of other people up and down the country, you know, who had friends and relatives who was there that day or who was affected by the whole scenario completely. So I just needed to vent that out. So I apologise if I got some words wrong and I got a bit tongue-tied. I'm not really bothered. I'm just glad I said me piece. You got anything to say, Stephen?
I have, that the people have spoken.
Yeah.
Justice has been saved, and it's a very good day for everybody involved in the actions that have been taken over the last 25 years. I'd also like to say that, as well as the 96, the amount of people that fortunately didn't pass away on the day but suffered after the event because of the things that they witnessed. We think about you as well. You, along with everyone else that fought for the justice, this is for you.
I have friends who were injured and still carry them injuries to this day.
Yeah.
And I have friends who part of their family died sadly at Hillsborough. So it's something that is very raw to us and always will be. It'll never be forgotten, and then 96 will never be forgotten.
Never ever. And as well as it being a great day yesterday, it was also a very sad day because I think it was the first day that all those families could properly grieve for the people that they lost. Truly, truly grieve, because justice was served and they could finally put it to rest. That all the lies and the shit that have been talked about us, it's all been
It just shows you about
false.
the coppers, doesn't it? How corrupt it all is. It is a proper corrupt company.
And Margaret Thatcher as well. Aye, it was her involvement as well.
So it is what it is. We've got justice eventually. Thank God for that.
And there will be the tribute at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's enough on that.
Okay. The last week I've got loads of messages saying, where's your podcast? I can't find it, can't download it. Has there been an error? Unfortunately, no. But I don't have to apologise this week, do I?
No.
Because
it was my fault.
We got some extra staff in on the Wednesday and the Thursday, but we were just up the wall, so we didn't manage to get
absolutely mental we was. So we apologise.
And Friday we thought last chance to get the podcast done. Thomas was already booked out, weren't you? You were already on your way down to London.
Yeah.
And what did you get?
Oh, I bought a Ducati Panigale, a lovely motorcycle, 1200cc. So I was, unfortunately, guys, I was prior engaged buying my Ducati motorcycle, so didn't have time to do the podcast. However, we're back, we're still here. You can't get rid of us that easily. We are like the boil on the bum, really sore and just won't go away for a long, long time. That's us.
Today's podcast is on Silica. It's only a short one.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of new Silica products coming onto the market, so I think we've touched on Silica before in previous podcasts, but I just wanted to give it...
When we used to talk about your making your Silica yourself, the nettles and stuff like that, I'm not going to delve into that too much. Just want you to hit the highlights of what you are going to say about Silica today.
Well, and in a nutshell, I'm not going to say how important Silica is, because I think we've got that across already. If you don't use Silica, I really, really, really want you to start using it. You can use it with any other nutrients, no matter what you do, how you do it, you can use silicon. You add it first before any other nutrient, and depending on what silica you buy, you have to pH down, because as in its very nature, silicon is alkaline, so it will raise your pH. But we've written articles and we've talked about that before, so make sure you know how to add your silicon properly. If it goes cloudy, it's precipitated out the solution, it's not going to do very much for your plants, so make sure you add it right, and you'll really see the benefits working. Now, the point of today's podcast, though, is just to go over a few terms of what silica, what is used, some of the terms that are used for silica in the market. Some of you might hear potassium silicate, sodium silicate, orthosalicylic acid, salicylic acid. So, and you might think, well, what's the point? What's the difference? So, my job here today is to tell you a little bit about the silicons on the market and which ones might be right for you. So, the first one is Gen 200. I have to be honest, it's not a product that I've used massively. We had a little go, we got to send some samples.
It's got a big wave around it about the name and stuff like that, hasn't it? But in all fairness, we haven't tested it, have we?
No,
so
we've had a little play with it, but not. I wouldn't even call it testing. We had a little play with it, and just to use on our outdoor plants. But this is from Gen 200. This is their words. Gen 200 Control is a proprietary biomix of natural microelements supplemented with orthosalicylic acid. After sprouting or when planting your plants, add 20 ml of Gen 200 Control on 100 litres of water. So that's It's really concentrated. During the growth phase, add it once a week, 20ml into 100 litres, and during flowering stage as well, once a week, 20ml into 100 litres until harvest. Now, the ortho salicylic acid, you're going to hear that with a few different brands of silicon. All ortho means is, it's a little bit hard for me to say this simply, but ortho is the position on the molecule on the salicylic acid. So it says it's either position 1 or 2. I'm going to put up a diagram on our Instagram and on our Facebook on the day that this podcast released, so you can have a little look at the diagram. It's much easier to see a picture than for me to explain it. So you've got ortho place, you've got the meta, and you've got para. So everyone uses the ortho and the salicylic acid. All that means is that the salicylic acid is a lot easier absorbed, so that it gets into the plant a lot quicker. Next, we have Solar Green Power by Buddha's Tree.
Yeah.
0.5 ml per litre, and that is £40 for a 250ml tub. Then we have Bloom. They have a potassium silicate. You add 1 ml to 3 litres of water, very highly concentrated. You've got Botanicare, who do a potassium silicate and a sodium silicate.
Yeah.
That's 0.5 ml per litre to 1 ml per litre. You get a litre of that for £25. And then you get Rhino Skin. I'm just touching on a couple here. You got Rhino Skin. You add 2 ml per litre. It's potassium silicate, and it's at a low concentration, and the price is very high.
One we've missed out there, the one that I know to be most popular in our store, is BudLink.
BudLink. Now, BudLink was
£50 for 5 litres.
£50 for 5 litres, £30 for 2 litres. And it's a bit of a weird one because you have to put quite a bit in. You have to put 3 ml per litre in, as opposed to Bloom Silicon, which is 1 ml into 3 litres. But it does have a place. It doesn't mean that it's shit, because
it's a popular brand within the store, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It still does the job, but the people that we sell it to are people that don't pH, the people that can't be bothered, because it's been diluted so much and you have to add so much. It's not going to affect your pH. So those that don't actually actively monitor the pH, they would use a product like BudLink, and they would get much better results. But those of you that do pH, you will get even greater results by using some of the stuff like by Botanicare, by Bloom, the Solar Green Power by Buddha's Tree, and the Gen 200. There's also one that I haven't tested and I couldn't find too much on it, Aptus. I've had a few discussions actually with some people in different shops up and down the country, and they're big fans of Aptus Regulator, which is a silicon product. Have you used it?
I haven't, but I know a few people who have, and I was quite impressed by it.
Yeah, that's what they tell me, so that's one of them that I'm going to have to look out for. Something that I wanted to get across on the podcast, though, is Rhino Skin. Now, you know, we like to call out bullshit. There's a lot of silicon products on the market.
Yeah.
Advanced Nutrients do good products. But in this instance, in my opinion, the price of it, a litre for £35, and you have to add 2 ml per litre. Nothing special about this silicon. It's potassium silicate. It's the most basic form of silicon.
One thing I can't stand, Steve, as well, is companies that are just like looking to tear the eyes out of your head. Yeah. And piss in the holes. Yeah, it's what we were saying last week when we declared war against the people that are looking to make profits and not looking to... Rhino Skin basically is just a con product. Yeah, it's looking to con you out a lot of money.
That's what I think, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's just say it then.
There's a lot of people on the forums that aren't happy, been slated on the forums.
Product probably works.
Oh, it does work. It will work. You just have to add fucking shitloads of it.
You have to put tons of it. And that really bugs me because... Yeah, I'm not expecting feed companies to give you the feed for free. What I'm expecting is not to send you down a garden path, so you just spending a lot of money with no additional difference. It's a silica, you know. It's not fucking the be all and end all. It's a product that you need to use while it's growing, but you don't need to pay £35 for a litre at a ratio of 2 ml.
Well, listen to this. You know, if you had a 400 litre tank, water but flexi tank, whatever you use, then you would need to use 800 ml. Now that's just, obviously it's 200 ml short of a litre. So I know plenty of people that are using 400 litre water buckets. We use 2 of them on the allotment, and it goes on the tomatoes. It goes in a week.
Within the week.
So we're going to be spending just under £35 a week just to add silicon. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
And then you've got all the other products, because what the company's done is split all the products. So you've got 1,000,001 bottles, so you'd have to keep coming back and buying. There's just stuff I don't like. I don't like conning customers. I don't like ripping people off. I like providing a service that I'm happy with, the customer's happy with, and we're all happy. Yay! Yeah. And we've got a bit of money left in our pocket to go and do something else. Not where it's draining the living daylights out of you.
Like, unfortunately for us, when we got some of the advanced nutrients into the shop, at the beginning we got some packages, and that rhino skin, we've got 5 1-litre bottles of rhino skin sitting on the shelf, and I'm not going to sell it to customers.
No.
I'm not going to be a fucking dickhead and sell that 2 ml per litre at £35. I'm a fuck.
Not when we've got a product that's got a better ratio with a better price.
At the very minimum, you've got Bloom's potassium silicate, the yellow bottle. Everyone knows them as the yellow bottle. Really, really highly concentrated. Off the top of my head, something like 53% silicon.
Yeah, I think that's like actually just on the bar of illegality.
Yeah.
Because it's that concentrate.
Yeah.
Now that's a product that you want to be buying. It's value for money.
It is, and I think the litre bottle, again off the top of my head, is about £60.
Yeah.
And it's going to last you forever. A litre bottle will just last you forever.
So what initially we're telling you is, as a shop owner, shop manager, this is stuff that we enjoy doing. Like, our company, it has to make money to survive. But then there's a difference when you're just taking money off customers just for their company success and profit development. We also love growing, and we love our customers. We're the people shop.
Yeah.
So, as I always say, we always try and safeguard and find the better deal, the next better deal, or what's going on and how you can save a bit more money, but not actually save on the quality or quantity. Still keep that there, but maybe help yourself a little bit better off in the pocket.
Well, because of the amount of silicons on the market, it might be a little bit difficult for you to decide which one to use. It is our opinion that you should never ever go for rhino skin. It's just a waste of money, £35.
So, advanced nutrients, sorry, fucking hell, I don't care, I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
We might say, what we could do, on the bottles they have 100% grower satisfaction.
I tell you what, I've just thought of an idea. So all we've done here is, because we like constructive criticism.
We do.
And we've just slated rhino skin, haven't we?
Yeah.
And advanced nutrients will be sitting there crying their eyes, going, NPK. Well, here's a top tip for you, half the price.
Yeah.
That a deal?
Or triple the concentration.
So, okay, so we want either half the price, or triple the concentration.
Yeah.
And if they done that, we'd do a new podcast.
Saying, thanks for amending your product.
Yeah, and stop ripping off your customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a direct comparison. Advanced Nutrients, Rhino Skin, 2 ml per litre, £35 for a litre. Botanicare's Silicon Blast, which is just potassium silicate and sodium silicate, 0.5 ml to 1 ml per litre for £25. So it's twice
but wait, we forgot something, Stephen. Advanced Nutrients, in their defence, would probably say, but our silicon is so much better and has got these amazing ingredients, and no other silicon on the market's like ours, so that's why we sell ours at that amazing price. That's really a good price because it's that good. What would you have to say against that, Stephen? Would you support that as if that was a defence put towards you? What would you say to help destroy that defence?
I'd say put on your bottles what you put in your put on your labels what you put in your bottles. All they've got is it's sourced from potassium silicate. Potassium silicate is fucking potassium silicate. Botanicare sourced from silicate. Bloom sourced from silicate.
So rhino skin's not some amazing thing, some super duper whooper thing that we don't know about that's better than every silicon. I just want to get this out before they say, our one's better than their one, because it's not, is it?
Well, no, there's been no scientific trials done comparing rhino skin against any other silicon. But what we've got is we've had nobody ever come in and go, that rhino skin, bloody amazing. That I mean, I bought one bottle, it's lasted me a year. No one's ever said that. We don't sell it.
Yeah.
No one's actually come in and said, "Can I have that rhino skin, please?" Yeah. It's just nothing special about it. It's got a really nice label, rhino skin. Rhino skin's really tough.
Yeah.
That means it must toughen your plants up. That must mean that my plants will look like rhinos at the end.
Yeah.
No, plants don't read labels.
No.
The labels are to entice you, the customer.
Yeah.
So forget the labels and get a better silicon. That's it. So if you want a different silicon, just go to Botanica, 0.5 ml per litre.
And remember, you might not listen to all our previous podcasts right at the very beginning in the old days, but you can make your own silica. Stephen used to make it out of fermented nettles.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Be warned, it smells worse than rhino poo.
What you want to do is, if you want to go with whole hog, get 1 kilo of nettles, they're just a leaf. You want to submerge them into 10 litres of water. Submerge them in a sealed box for 2 weeks. You'll know that it started to ferment because it'll start to bubble.
Oh, and it will smell.
No, yeah. I got told off, didn't I?
It will reek.
Like horse shit. And so what you want to do then is sieve off the
like 100
gunk.
horse shits.
Concentrated.
Yeah.
Stallion horse shits.
Yeah.
Stallion horse shits. So, yeah, sieve off all the gunky green shit. And then you've got a concentrate left then. Just take 100 ml of that concentrate, add it to 900 ml of water, so you've got to make up a litre of spray. Spray it on your plants, cover your nose, and just watch them fucking thrive.
So, there you go, top tip.
For those that are interested, the silicon out the nettle leaves comes from the sting, from the little proboscis out of the nettle leaves, the things that make you itch.
Proboscis?
Yeah, that was a good word, that wasn't it?
Good word.
And it's a really good source of natural nitrogen as well. So you get nitrogen and silicon, and it's just great.
So if you think all of these products that we were talking about are a load of crap and you don't like them anyway, you can go and make your own silicon out of nettles.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I don't want you to do that. I'd prefer you to come to the shop and buy a decent product. Not rhino skin, because it's not one of my favourites, but you know.
So if you want to take it up a notch, the
Yeah.
two, in my opinion, that are leading the way in silicons are the Solar Green Power
Butter Street.
and the Gen 200.
Okay.
They both from orthosilicatic acid. The Gen 200 say it's got all kinds of natural microelements within it, and the Buddha's tree say that they have a really splendid way of putting the silicon together. What did they say in the email to me? It's something to do with nanotechnology.
Fairies fuse it together.
Yeah, fairies fuse it, and something to do with nanotechnology.
Oh, nanotechnology.
So I've had a little look into this, what they were talking about, this nanotechnology, and looks really interesting, very interesting. But obviously, I'm not going to take their word on it.
Yeah.
I'm actually good friends with somebody who owns a lab.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them all off to a lab, get them analysed, and actually have a look, peer into the depths.
We love to look at what's in your book of ingredients. You know, when you're saying you've got this and we find out you haven't.
So let's see if Rhino Skin's got anything brilliant in it.
Okay.
Let's see if Gen 200 really has got a biomix of natural microelements. Let's see if Solar Green Power is full of nanoparticles.
Oh, so we're going to have a look if there's any microscopic nanos in there.
We are.
Okay.
We might even find some fairies.
Yes. Yeah. Some big fairies. Fairy tales.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
So if you want to ring us up and say to us, this has got this, or no, this hasn't got this, before we send it off to labs, please do.
Please do. If not, we will just say what we're going to say because you haven't decided to phone us and you have no defence. So don't cry when it doesn't go your way. Not that it'll go your way anyway because you phoned us, because we don't care, so we'll just say what we're going to say anyway. So
yeah, we're going to look into silicon. It's my favourite. It's my absolute favourite.
He's a sad get this, Stephen. He loves all this stuff.
I fucking love silicon, mate.
Yeah.
And one thing that I did want to say is I was just on the Gen 200 website. I was on it this morning, just having a little recap over what we're going to talk about. And they've got like a table on there. It says Gen 200 is, obviously, they're going to say it's the best silicon. But compared to other fertilisers, it can be poisonous, tick. Leaves poisonous residue, tick. Just a bit strange that, because I didn't know that silicon could be poisonous when it's been assimilated by a plant, and I didn't know it leaves a poisonous residue.
Maybe so that's an area for us to check out and investigate a bit further.
We will be checking that out, and that is partly why we'll be taking all of the silicons to the lab. We'll be investigating them, and we'll be doing some digging whether they actually can be poisonous, because that's a bold statement to make. That was new to me.
Okay,
We'll
see what it's saying.
Yeah, don't have any facts on it, don't have any figures. I just thought I'd mention it because I'm going to look into it and see what's what. If it is poisonous, fucking hell, we need to do something about it. And if it does leave poisonous residue, we also need to look into that. So that was just my little rant on silicon. Make sure you get the silicon that's right for you. If you're doing big 1,000-litre water butts, I'm thinking the balloon potassium silicate is probably the one for you because of the amount that you're putting in and the concentration of the potassium silicate. If you want to really fine tune what you're doing and get the right amount of silicon into your plants, probably something like the Soil Green Power or the Gen 200 or the Aptus. Not one I've used, but it's it's been highly recommended by a few other shops, and I always like Botanicare. All their products are good, nice and concentrated, nice and cheap, and it gives you 2 forms of silicon: potassium silicate, sodium silicate, and that's that. If you have any questions, feel free to message us. We've got this new thing on the website, actually, haven't we?
Oh yeah, the messagey thing.
The messagey thing. That went up last week. Been asking Rick to do that for a few weeks. He's been learning how to put it all together, so he's put that up for us. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions and you want instant replies, get on the website, bottom right hand corner, put your name, put your email address, and send us a message, and one of the team will get back to you ASAP.
Yeah.
And don't forget to look out for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll put up some pictures of the silicon products that we were talking about if you don't know what we were talking about.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast and my rant at the beginning. Just want to mention it again. Justice for the 96. Well done.
Yeah. We're going to leave you with this. Thank you for listening.
Right. We are going to leave you with the Liverpool
anthem
of You'll Never Walk Alone.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on